Hi, everybody. It's Kristina Dennis, Transformational Self-Empowerment Master, whatever that means. And I am reaching out. I'm trying to see if I can make this. Your bow, see? My bow looks odd, or my top bun is, well, it doesn't even fit in the shot. Oh, well, now it's going to look crooked forever. All right, tell me to stop. It's like shaving a mustache. Stop. All right, I am going to stop, and it's just going to look weird, but that's all right. I wanted to come in and talk a little bit about painful times and falling short and failing and missing out. Hi, sweeties. Hi, Rebecca. Missing out on or missing the mark on something that's happened today. And I worked with somebody this morning who I just adore and love, and I could see how hard she is on herself. And gosh, I'm making things worse by messing with myself. I literally have a black tank top on that I'm having a wardrobe malfunction for. And I could see her being really hard on herself. And I've watched her work so hard in the last 4 to 5 years on something, on something that's really painful to walk through and that most of us should never have to go through. And I've watched her do it with grace and beauty and still be really, really hard on herself. And it made me want nothing but compassion for her, nothing but love for her. And then I started reading some of my book today. And let me tell you what happened. I didn't get my workout in. I did get my house clean because she was coming over and we were going to do a session together. And my mind works better when I have kind of things straightened out, but I didn't do, vacuuming. I hate vacuuming. I've timed it. It takes literally less than 6 minutes, 7 minutes to vacuum my whole house. I don't have a very big house. And I didn't do it. And I started reading a book called The Divine Compensation, which is very heady and a lot of concepts in it. And I needed to fall asleep. And that was the crux and the productivity of my day. And then I look back and I think, I'm preaching compassion to this woman this morning, and can I turn that same lens and that same perspective on myself? And can I really assess truly what's going on? Not what my ego says is going on, not what I think is supposed to happen, not the measuring stick or the report card that I so often refer to in order to keep myself grounded, because, God forbid I be a little in the clouds. And here's the truth. I got my son off to school on time and took care of him, fed his body, gave him his treatments, and took care of myself. I came home. I took care of our home. I did some work with somebody, very important work in which we walk through trauma and we walk through hard things. And I was present and able to be there for her. I took a couple of other phone calls. I was able to be there for a couple of other people that I work with. And then I started reading a book, and the concepts are interesting. There's an entire section about forgiveness, and I think I'm going to post in this group the prayer that Marianne Williamson writes or wrote at the end of this chapter, and some of the subject about forgiveness and what it was talking about. And this is going to sound a little harsh, but it ended up being something that I needed to hear. And I've read it, and I took a picture of it, and I read it, and I've shared it with other people. And what the premise was around forgiveness is that, of course we forgive people for ourselves, not for them. But to not forgive them is to one, attach myself to a reality in which I can be hurt over and over again, because I am saying that what happened is true and real, and my perception of it is true and real. And I'm also putting this person in a position where I almost, the actual language that's written is where I idolize them, because I have given them the power to remain in my life because of lack of forgiveness. And I think all of us kind of get that, like, don't let them have power over you, don't let them have power over you. But then the next sentence is what blew my mind, which was that I'm actually putting them above God, because I believe that they took something from me that God can't provide to me in another way. I believe they have that much power. And that I could really chew on, and I'm going to continue to chew on it, because they don't. Nobody has that kind of power to take away the divine plan for my life. Nobody in this world has the power to take away the divine plan for you and your life. And that forgiveness is the key to attract that recovery and attract that miracle to you. And so I talked about my mom a good couple weeks ago, about working on forgiving her or not renting space to her, and not looking at the past and wishing it was different, even as recent as, January, February, where she wouldn't discuss possibility of putting something in a trust for my very special needs son. And I am wrestling with those concepts, and I think it's so fascinating that I had to take a rest and to let myself recognize how powerful this book is and how powerful these concepts are. And I could go to the route of, well, you know that already. But those are some dangerous thought processes. I know this already is, I don't think, a very helpful sentence when we're doing some work on ourselves. It's like staying teachable and staying open is going to help us and help me get to that miracle that I'm looking for. And the miracle that I'm looking for is that life of peace, and that life that does not hand over my what has been promised to me to other people. They don't have the power to take it away. They could have tried when I was younger. They could try within a job. There have been bosses that have tried. There have been husbands that have tried. They couldn't do it, and they're not going to do it. And so I'm going to keep walking through this text. And if I have to take a nap every 2 hours to get through it and come in here and talk about it, I'm going to do it, because I want to have that fourth dimension of peace in my life. And I now know that things aren't going to fix it. People aren't going to fix it. Relationships aren't going to fix it. Accomplishments aren't going to fix it. That true connection between me and my higher power, and knowing that I am a loved child of God, and that I have a purpose on this earth to do good, isn't going to be taken from anybody. And I just want to get closer and closer to that. So here's my confession. I got a top knot, sort of. It's kind of like a half sloppy, lopsided top knot. My son is crying, so I need to go take care of him right now. And I love everyone. Y'all take care. Well, I almost love everybody. Some people really bug the shit out of me still, but I'm working on it. Bye.